everyone, and welcome back to Closing Shift on this lovely Friday, September 20th, for this lovely Dovely episode 34. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Emmy, and I'm, of course, joined by my co-host, Mia, that I'm joined by every single other fucking week. And today we have a very special guest with us that we are very excited to have on the show. We have our friend Owen from Catnip, the self-defined electrifying garage band out of San Francisco, California. They, as well, just recently released their new single, Everybody Knows You're High, which you can stream on all your favorite music streaming platforms. And they have a full EP on the horizon coming out this fall. Owen, thanks for joining us.
Heck yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the heroic intro.
Of course. I always love doing those intros because every time I do a intro for somebody, they're always impressed. I'm like, I just thought about it. I just thought about it and wrote it down.
Hell yeah.
It's from my years of experience of being a viewer.
We normally don't have any prep for these episodes, but I think both of us for this episode, this is the most amount of prep that we have done for one of these.
That's so much fun. That's so cool.
I mean, the most prep we've done recently is just preparing our little segments we've been doing to game against each other. But besides that, yeah, we usually just come on and chat for an hour and a half.
That sounds nice.
What's going on in your world right now, Owen? What's going on? How's everything going, especially with your single out and everything?
Getting far more notoriety and whatnot than I expected us to, for sure. Honestly, it's going pretty well right now. We're gonna do a second single probably next month, and then end up releasing either October or November. That'd be really cool to do a Halloween release, I think.
Ooh, love that.
I just think that'd be a pretty nice. It doesn't really even fit thematically, but I don't think that matters all that much.
Catnip-a-ween.
Exactly, catnip-a-ween. That'd be awesome.
Catnip-a-ween.
Watch out, they're putting catnip in your kids' candies.
Yeah, you guys are 263 monthly listeners right now. That's
yeah,
crazy.
it's going pretty well. It's taken off way further than I had expected it to.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you, I really appreciate it.
Mia, what's going on in your world this week?
Oh, I'll tell you what's going on in my world. The only people in my house that ever actually do chores are out of the house and are getting back today. But that meant for the past week, all of that just trickled on down to me, those economics, right on down to me. So I've done so many dishes. And you do dishes, and then it's all large pots and pans and things with handles, and you never want to do dishes again after it. Just fitting one giant pan.
Yeah, it is kind of the worst.
I mean, that doesn't really bother me personally. I mean, dishes are a thing that I can knock out quick, and that really pleases my ADHD. So
I cannot do dishes quick. It takes me over half an hour to load the dishwasher because I have to get it loaded perfectly.
That's fair. That's fair, honestly.
Stressful endeavor.
Indeed. I worked at a pizza shop for a while, and they had me on dishes a bunch, and I would always be there really, really late because I am really slow at doing dishes. And I remember getting off at 11:30, 12 sometimes. We closed at 10 o'clock. It was crazy on some rushes.
It's an art form.
It takes a certain kind of person. Honestly, another in that kind of setting, probably you could get me doing dishes because if I can just put my speaker up above the sinks and listen to music and be alone while I'm doing it, I could probably do it pretty quickly.
That's valid.
I'm a pretty quick person when it comes to manual labor. I can handle because I'm very weak on account of the disease that's winning and the chronic pain. But I do have a lot of merit when it comes to every job I've ever had that was physical labor that I could handle. People were always you're so good at your job. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I will do what it takes to get paid.
Ain't that the truth?
I appreciate the credit, but it's just what I do.
We have prepared for this year some questions for you. Get people familiar with who you are, what you do, and why you're here.
That's awesome.
So we'll go ahead and throw this first one at you. What is catnip?
Why did you do it?
What is catnip? Catnip is a group of 4 people who really like making noise. We've all kind of grew up in the Bay and been surrounded by the Bay Area, and it's got a pretty dense niche genre of psych rock people who've kind of passed through. People like Ty Segall and Lightning Bolt and the OCs and John Dwyer and whatnot. So we've all kind of grew up with that, and now we just get the chance to play all that fun stuff that we've listened to for. I mean, at least in my case, I've only been into psych rock as a whole in probably 4 or 5 years, but most of the people in my band are all really well versed in them, and I don't know, it's just a really it's just a really fun time. Honestly, Catnip is just a really fun time.
That's great. That answers like 3 questions in one.
That's cool. Which part of the band do you participate in also? What instrument do you play?
I do vocals and I do the guitar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Play those licks.
Dude, yeah, playing all the riffs and whatnot.
Everybody knows your high sounds like it was fun to play.
It's a really fun song to play. Normally when we play it live, or I think basically every time except probably our first or second shows, we've played that song last. Because that song, the first show and the second show, somebody came up to me and was like, hey, I think you should play this song last. And it's just kind of been our song to finish with because it gets both the drummers really tired after, and then it also is just a really great high note to end on, I feel.
Real.
It is. It's very good, high energy.
Yeah, that was a blast to record, honestly.
Yeah, send them all out quaking.
Exactly. Bro, they're all crying in the pit.
So that's you screaming at the end of it.
Yeah, it's me throughout the whole thing, and then both the band members at the time, because at the time we were a 3-piece instead of a 4-piece. We all just scream at the end. So like the first 2 is just me, and the last 2 are everybody in the band.
Mm-hmm.
Now, speaking of the band, you want to run us through who is in Catnip? Who are these people?
Who's in Catnip? Well, let's deal with the present company. So just myself. I just play the guitar and I sing. We've got my friend Jesse, Mr. Jesse Coldpack, and he plays the bass guitar, and I love how he plays the bass guitar. I think he's a gem. And then one of my drummers is named William Roth. Will is the best. Will's actually the best. I struggle to find a drummer better than Will, and I pray to God that he never splits off from this band because he's the bread and butter. And then
I understand that.
I have my buddy Taylor also on drums, and it's just a really fun time. Taylor's a really great backbeat drummer. Taylor holds a really steady groove, and it's just so much fun seeing them work and cooperate in tandem. And I don't know. I feel like they complement each other very well because they both have very distinct styles of drumming.
So you're telling me this is a 4-person band and it's 2 guys banging?
Yes, it is 2 men banging in the back of the set, and they're both playing drums. Yeah,
awesome.
It's pretty freaking awesome. It's pretty fun sounding.
Being creative is a lot more fun when like the more people you have when like you've got a big group of people, what feels like a big group of people, a lot of brains working in the same way.
Yeah, so many more minds toward it.
Everyone's being creative. Because, like, that's pretty much just been Mia and I for the last, like, 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a lot of different creative things, but when we put our brains together, you get stuff like Closing Shift or Big Wow Big or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I understand.
You won't believe the amount of excuses we come up to talk to each other.
True.
Dude, I get it. I have a best friend named Parker, and I actually live with him because we're just such good friends, and he's the best.
So can we assume then, since you talked about being in this music scene in San Francisco, a lot of that area, is that how this sort of came together? Everybody found each other through that scene?
Yeah, so how it ended up transpiring is last year, about this time last year, I put a post on my Instagram story saying that, hey, I want to form a psychedelic rock group, kind of punk inspired by these bands. And I think I put like Parquet Courts, King Gizzard, and then like the OCs, and like probably somebody else that I was into at the time. And my roommate's sibling, Corey, shout out to Corey. Corey reposted that on their story, and then basically Will saw that on their story, and then Will was like, hey, I would like to start a band. That sounds awesome. We have a lot of the same influences. And then so I ended up jamming with him, and then also Jesse. And then Jesse is who I met in my band beforehand, called Wild Metanoia. And they're also a kind of rock group in this area, being like North Bay. And we've played a couple shows with them before. And it's funny because I was in that group for about 2.5 years, or no, 2 years, something like that. And I ended up meeting Jesse and Taylor that way. So I just was like, hey, Jesse, do you also want to play bass for this new group that I want to do? And he's been stuck ever since. And it's really great working with him. He's a really keen eye when it comes to new ideas and whatnot. And he's a really valuable asset. And then Taylor, my second drummer, is also the guitarist of Wild Metanoia. And then Jesse is also the bassist of Wild Metanoia. And they both play in that group and Catnip, and it's pretty fun. It's just kind of a Wild Metanoia spin-off, we always say.
Got everybody mixing and mingling.
Right, yeah, 3 of the same members. Yeah, that's really about it. Taylor joined the group in like February, because his first show with us was in March, I think. Because he started jamming with us over winter break when he was back for school. And then he's also just kind of been stuck ever since.
When was the first time you started playing live shows?
In terms of Catnip, our first show was last December, and then first show was last December, and then we had like a pretty long hiatus, and we took a show in March. But in terms of performing live, I've always kind of done it throughout my life. Like I was in theater a bunch when I was younger. I did like talent shows in school. I did like dance and whatnot. But my first live show playing music was, I think, had to have been like September of 2022.
Interesting.
Could be.
Because I've never done any like relative live thing. Like I've thought about before being like, if I had enough notoriety, maybe I would do like a tour that was like comedy and bring like friends who are other creators. But I've never done a live thing. Not even in like school. Never been wanting to be in front of people enough. Don't like people.
That's fair. I just really like performing and whatnot, and it's really fun to share it with people. And I feel like that's the main thing for me, as I just love performing for people and like showing them how much I love doing this. I think it's much fun.
I feel like a lot of people get a lot of satisfaction out of something like that on different scales, like showing their friend their music they like and then getting into it. Sure. Or being a band and performing a concert for all of your fans. Yeah, I agree. So whose game are we playing first? Because we both have one. I don't know who's going first.
Who's on first? Yes, we've reached our first of 2 of our sub games. I guess I could go ahead and go first here.
All right.
This is a weekly segment where I read an old-ass newspaper. I'm going to read from this 2 articles and 1 advertisement, and it is going to be your job to decide what year this paper was published. And it is now, we got a format change happening now because this has been very open-ended answers for as long as I've done this, which has never been a good time for anybody. So now I have switched it to multiple choice. Yeah, like a whole point system, everything. We have now switched to a multiple choice system where instead of trying to get the exact date of whatever, like out of a nebulous, I think, what was the range of years that we have is 1756 to 1963.
Yeah.
That's a lot of years to have to pick from.
That is crazy.
You're going to have 3 options.
Mia was like, here's this T-bone. Good luck. Throw me into the woods.
Unfortunately, the article that I have picked out here first is not a good time. It's a very grim compared to the ones that I choose previous, but there is a theme to this within the paper that once I saw it, I couldn't not point it out. So we're going to have to suffer through a grim article, but it comes back in later.
All right.
Locks up food so wife won't get fat.
Oh my
Fearing
God.
that his wife would become too fat and his pocketbook too thin as a result of her avaricious appetite was the reason given Judge Benjamin W. Alling in police court this morning by Stanley Mack for his action in locking up all the food in the house last Friday. He told the court that his wife ate too much, so he placed the food under lock and key. I said this is going to be very grim to start.
I know what you said.
Before I give multiple choice,
this is insane.
I'd like you to give your estimates of when you think what region we're in right now.
This is just reading Reddit stories from like 50 years ago. That's estimates for like the year, or like the.
Give us like the general era.
I would say this is my guess is like 1970s to. Like 1970 to 2000, I would guess it's probably somewhere in there, possibly.
Owen, any guess?
Dude, I'm gonna say it's gotta be like the 30s, because they're going through like the freaking where nobody had any money to stock market crash, a Great Depression. Oh my goodness, Great Depression, and nobody had any food, so maybe that.
It was great.
Pretty good range. But the reason why I chose that for how horrible it is because no more than a few pages later in the same paper is this advert that reads, "Makes fat people slim. Many of your friends think that you are too fat. You too realize it. But why in all common sense don't you get rid of that extra 10, 20, 50 or more pounds? Feel comfortable and more like a human being again. I am a physician licensed by the state of New York. I have for years treated men and women overburdened with excessive flesh. Many have reduced as much as 1 pound a day. I prescribe for my patients such treatment as will, in my opinion, produce not only the loss of weight without harm, but an improvement in health. Don't take my word for it. Let me send you my free trial treatment.
Let me send my free trial to your fat ass.
And convince yourself."
Jesus.
That is crazy.
Exactly as fat you are.
Yeah.
This is so bad.
This is peak journalism right here. And honestly, considering that you were pretty well within the range earlier, I don't know if I need to go for this last little bit of article. It's very brief, so I'll go ahead and just run through it because I didn't think you would get it so quickly with your estimates. But we do have very short article here. Electric lights to let Yale practice at night. New Haven, Yale's football practice delayed a week this year by agreement among the Big Three gridiron authorities will be augmented by evening drills under the glare of electric lights. I will now give you your multiple choice options. Was this paper published in 1879, 1903, or 1924?
Oh, man.
Well, since they didn't discover the light bulb until 1945, let's think. That's a joke.
The light bulb was invented by Light Yagami.
Shut the
I'm gonna go with the last one.
1924?
Sure, what's the other one?
Emmy, how are you locking in?
I also feel 1924. I feel like stadium lights. Yeah, I'm gonna call 1924.
You are both correct.
Oh,
this is the New Britain Herald, published in Hartford, Connecticut, on September 17th, 1924, which is
That's insane.
100 years ago to the day that we are recording this.
Yippee!
Wasn't that fun?
That was awesome. I actually quite like that.
See, some people appreciate my bits.
Well, maybe someone else should co-host this podcast.
Now.
Now. I'm nipping cats. I don't have time. Yeah, I can't even imagine. I don't know. I've overthought about a lot of ways. Like, maybe I should get into music. I don't know. Because I like music. But, man, I don't know if I can break past the consumer barrier into becoming a creator of it. Because
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
It's a lot of knowledge. And I don't have any connections like that. Like, I know a lot of musicians, but they're all busy making music. I don't have time to, like, learn from them.
Yeah.
And I'm also doing stuff.
Yeah, it is difficult finding the time for it as well, you know?
Yeah. I mean, my life is whack as fuck, so that just adds its own thing.
Yeah.
We have thought about making comedy music before, which we might still do at some point, I'm sure.
That'd be awesome.
Just I don't know what it would end up being, but I would love to make music that actually sounds really good, but it's just really stupid.
I've done the tiniest bit of music in my time, but the problem is that I do it like I can get like one thing done a year because it takes me a year to actually figure out what I want to do. Because I think I mentioned it like a couple months ago that I had like one melody that has been bouncing around my head for about 2 years now, or maybe a little bit more. And it was only a couple months ago that I actually figured out how I wanted to resolve it after thinking about it for over 2 years. Like, that's the rate that I'm working at.
That's crazy, wow.
And it's never going to see the light of day. Not a chance. It's just a fun thing I like to play. But there's no way that I could ever like turn that around into something listenable to the people.
Yeah, that's really funny you say that. We do things really, really fast at Catnip. Like, we write songs extremely fast. Like, normally we'll take a practice to like write a song, and it'll like stick with us for a while. We just finished one that's actually taking the longest, and I think that is our best. And I'm really excited to share that. Hopefully, we can do an album by the end of next year. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be sick.
Just keep answering more and more questions I had prepped, and I don't even have to ask them.
Yeah, I gotta be open and honest, man.
That's great. You're given all the information we could ever want.
You're so good at this, Owen. You're so good at being interviewed. That's crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah, here, let me spin away from the topic of music. What about what is your earliest gaming memory?
That's a great question. I used to play. I think the fondest is probably playing Little Big Planet 2 with my dad.
Nice.
On our PS3. I still have our PS3 too, luckily.
I have a PS3 also. Yeah.
I love the PS3. I think the PS3 was really overshadowed by the Xbox 360 because that was just
It's
a
a classic.
great console. But my first video game memory was playing Lego Star Wars on the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That was awesome. I was terrible at it. I remember that it was the level that
I have it still, actually.
fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. It was the level where you like jump over the boulder and we were just getting stuck on it. My dad also used to play a bunch of Star Wars Battlefront too on the PC.
So were you a gamer back then, like true capital G gamer? Get all the golden studs, became a true Jedi Knight?
No, I was really into it. I was really into Lego Star Wars 3 on the PS3. That was awesome. That was a great game.
Like the Clone Wars one?
Yeah. So the Clone Wars one, but it was like really great graphics for that time. And it was like the whole Clone Wars trilogy, I think, or like story at least. I remember there's a really great free play mode you can do with like bots. That was pretty cool.
Right. I never played that one, but I got the original Lego Star Wars, and then the second one that was the original trilogy, and then the complete saga.
Yeah.
And I had the Skywalker saga, but I still never went back and finished it.
Yeah, me neither. I never bought it even. I wish I would have though. Or I mean, I still can. It's just gone forever.
Yeah, I played it on Game Pass like once, and then I bought it.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to keep playing it, but I didn't want to get a bunch of progress and then buy it later.
Is that considered a platformer?
Yes.
I would say, yeah. 3D platformer.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure exactly what it would be categorized as. Because they have a different feel to them as a like 3D platformer. Like compared to like It Takes Two.
Force 'em up.
Exactly.
Like a beat 'em up, but with the force of Star Wars. Hey, that was the joke, guys. Anyway, moving on.
Since we already have the ball rolling on gaming, you got anything that you're playing right now?
Ooh, right now? Not really. I haven't really been playing that much. I've been playing some Pokemon Emerald. I just booted that up again.
That's good.
Because I only played Ruby when I was young. But I started to start playing
Everybody
it.
knows you're playing Pokemon Emerald.
Exactly. Everybody knows you catch Rayquaza. But yeah, I'm excited to get back into that. I was playing a lot of Pokemon before. I played a bunch of Soul Silver beforehand. I like in my downtime, if I'm just like feeling like nothing, I'll just like brain rot play Black Ops 3 like by myself in like a private lobby with bots.
Real.
That's a really fun little Johnson.
I used to do that.
Mention Soul Silver. We've been doing offline, not like stream content, anything. We've been doing a Soul Silver, Soul Link Nuzlocke.
Oh yeah.
Would you like to suggest a name for our next Pokemon we catch in that?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'd be okay. You're gonna name this one Newport, like the cigarette.
Newport. I love that. I love that.
Didn't we name an earlier one Marlboro?
I don't think so.
No, maybe not. I think that's one I was gonna throw out there.
I don't think we ended up using it, but Newport's great.
Yeah, it's gotta be Newport.
Man, Newport's destabilized everything. Took away that menthol.
Newport, and I hope it's like a Swellow or something, or a Talo. I think that'd be really funny, a Talo being a Newport, smoking that Talo pack.
Newport sounds like it'd be a Pokemon town.
We'll let you know what Newport ends up being for each
That'd
of us.
be awesome. I'd love that.
It's randomized as well, so that's
Oh,
the
sweet.
other
I love
part of
those.
it. We almost like mega wiped because I was getting I was getting my ass handed to me by Dragon Rage, but I was
Dude,
I was
yeah.
able to get out with one Pokemon left, and then we have caught like 3 since then, so we're building the team back up.
That's awesome.
So I guess I'm gonna ask what you've been playing game wise. What have you been playing music wise? What's on repeat?
Oh, it's a great question. Normally I do these monthly playlists, like soundtrack for insert month here. So right now I'm working on soundtrack for September. A bunch of local bands, the Snares, Pork Belly. I've been liking a lot of Slow Pulp recently and Slint. I think are really awesome bands. There's one MF Doom song that I like a lot right now called Lavender Buds. That's actually a really beautiful track. But in terms of bands, right now I'm really into a band called Hum. They do kind of like post-hardcore or like even like space rock, shoegaze kind of deal. I love Hum. Hum's like probably my biggest inspiration currently. It's really loud, really, really loud guitars, just overdriven like shit, and then insane loud like stadium fucking concert drums. It's pretty cool.
You're saying you got the humbug.
Exactly, but like in the good way, like no bah humbug. Like this is yay humbug.
Right. That is good to hear.
It really is. It really is. What about you guys? What have you guys been listening to currently?
I've been all over the place. I mostly go for the playlist I have that's just like stuff that's new or new to me or revisited in 2024.
Yeah.
And so much good music from my favorite artists have come out this year. Like just like an anomalous amount of bangers. It's nice. And I mean, yeah, I've also revisited some songs I haven't heard in a while and found some new ones that existed before 2024, but I hadn't heard before. So I've got like 82 songs in this playlist, especially the new album by Kill Bill the Rapper and Rav called Keep the Change, which is two of our favorite artists. And then my friend who goes by Kid Crow, he's released a few new banger singles this year, and he does like hip hop, rap, and I also love his music.
Heck yeah.
I don't even have to pretend like I like his music because it's so good.
That's beautiful. I love that.
He is also born and raised out of Atlanta like me.
I've had Oasis on loop for probably the past month after getting into them earlier this year. And now at this point, What's the Story Morning Glory Deluxe Remaster has become background noise to whatever it is I need to do. A lot of those songs, didn't like half of them at first, but now I love all of them. But tell you what, in preparation for this episode, I looked into the bands that you said you drew inspiration from in the Spotify bio. That being the OCs, Ty Segall, Frankie and the Witch Fingers. I had not heard of any of them, so I gave them all a listen, and I now am a fan of all of them. I quite liked everything that I heard from it, and will probably listen to more of it.
Yeah, no, it's really great. It's really fun. It's very distinct sounding. Like up in Seattle and up in Portland, this scene's also this scene's also really prevalent, but like right here in the heart of the Bay is kind of where it all started, more so. At least this wave of it for the past like 20 years or so. It's a bunch of fun just to listen to. It's just whole heaps of fun.
That's sick. All right, guys, so let's talk about iOS 18.
Oh, no.
Just bring the whole thing down to WWDC.
No, not when I actually had a way of tying that into another question.
Did you really?
Yes. Not iOS 18, the thing I was saying.
Oh, well, whatever that was. Let's talk about iOS 18. You can make apps dark now, and it looks so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Buy an iPhone now. Everyone
buy an iPhone now.
Send us the standard price in the US of an iPhone to our coffee page, and I promise we'll buy you an iPhone and send it back. I promise.
I don't think we can legally say that, but we'll say it anyway.
We'll say it illegally.
Fuck it.
Anyway.
I'm going to ask you an actual question now. So many of the bands that you've listed here as inspiration for Catnip, they are a lot of psych rock. There's a lot of punk in there. Not entirely, but that seems to be the primary genre of those.
Sure, yeah.
So I wanted to know, since we've heard very little of Catnip, since you're just barely now coming into the online space, publishing these things, letting the world hear it.
Yeah.
I wanted to know if Catnip, you think it fits more within that sort of defined genre of like psych rock and punk, if that's sort of where Catnip sits, or if it kind of moves around a lot.
Ooh, I feel like we haven't had all that time to see. But in terms of genre right now, we're changing a bunch. There's one kind of, hell, even like swingy cowboy-y song we've been doing for a bit now. We just did like one like just D-beat absolute punk jam. That's probably one of my favorites right now. That one tarnishes my voice a lot though. And then right now we just did a kind of just psych rock massacre of a song. It gets really progressive rocky, and that one's a really great song. I think that's probably our best. That's at least my favorite currently. But yeah, I feel like I was just talking about it with Will. That I was really excited to see like what genres we take up like naturally. Because it did start as just doing this kind of Giz and Frankie and Ty Segall and OC's kind of deal. But I don't know, now it's just kind of different. Now we're just doing different things. It's coming more naturally now, in terms of that change. Where now we've kind of found our footing, and I think it's really nice that we get to explore these different genres and whatnot, and we have that ability to, being backed by such a great amount of people, at least currently, that I feel all that support coming from.
Yeah, it's definitely fun once you've found your footing as a creator in any space to feel the freedom to just like fuck around.
Yeah.
and find out,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it's just really rewarding to play these shows and get to see all these people and talking to so many different folks, different genres, different backgrounds. I saw or I didn't see. I played a show out in San Jose for the first time, so we made our way down south for a little bit to play a show in like a cellar next to like SJSU, which is really fun. And that was a really great show. That was honestly a really, really fun show. I had made the most connections there again. A lot of fans, I feel, just because it's just those supports you feel after the shows and during the shows. It's just really nice. It's really, really nice to see that people do fuck with it.
So that's been a lot of local, that you get a lot of that support, people coming in person and listening.
Yeah. Yeah, so whether it be like just their friend coming to check out their band and then they also see us, it's all the better. It's honestly all the better. I just love playing in front of people. I think it's so rewarding for myself at least.
So have you seen that local community shifting into the online space where you're moving now?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like there's a bunch of communities online here and friend groups and niches and all these different things. And I think it's really cool that we all get to come together and do that. And all have that common interest of music, not even just a certain genre, just music in general. I think it's so much fun to do these DIY shows and like bicycle shops and clothes shops and taquerias. We played a taqueria one time. That's awesome. And I don't know, it's so cool to see all these people just do the same thing, loving the same thing.
That's great.
Yeah, it really is.
When you can unify people genuinely and naturally, I mean, music's one of the only things that can do that.
Yeah, really, yeah.
At least easily. Mm-hmm. Music and Pokemon Go.
It's true.
But it is cool.
It's true. The world felt peace in that summer of 2016.
Yes, I remember it quite vividly.
Quite fondly.
Speaking of genuine and natural, I'll ask one more question and then we can go to our next segment.
Right.
So since you have been predominantly a live band playing shows, and that's how you've existed since the inception of Catnip, now that you are publishing music and putting it out there and actually distributing this, how does that change the priorities of the band?
That's a great question. I feel like my priorities were very, very, very set on playing shows and playing a lot of shows. And we did play a lot of shows this year so far. But now we're really dialing it back to kind of hone in our craft. And I don't know, it was taking a lot of time out of a lot of people's schedules to do these things. And now we're just planning for future shows ahead of time. And I don't know, it's nice to be a little more selective with our shows we take now. Because before I just wanted to take every show that we got or that got offered to us. But yeah, what does the priorities of Catnip? I feel like right now is just writing new material, writing more material. Because we have all those songs for the EP. The EP is going to be 6 songs long. And
nice.
Yeah, I feel like just writing new materials where we stand. Because we have these really 6 solids.
Is that like fairly easy to do? It's not like...
Yeah, no, it's not too hard for us.
It just kind of rolls off the brain for you?
Yeah, we have a really beautiful writing process, honestly. I'll take a riff or a lyric.
Beautiful. Love that description.
It's just so much fun because we all just come together. I don't write any parts. I normally start writing songs on bass, and then I transfer them and see whether it'll work, whether like this melody or this line will work, or this riff will work on a guitar and on the folks playing on the drum kit, and we all get to have our say in things, and I think it's really awesome. If the thing sort of sounds a certain way, we don't want it to sound a certain way, or if it could sound a different way, it's all the better. It's really awesome because I don't write drum parts, I don't write bass parts unless I write the song on a bass, and even then I just let the rhythm section kind of swing free with what they want to do, because I never really have any ideas when it comes to rhythm because I'm not a drummer. But yeah, our writing process is really nice because we all just write our own parts. Honestly, we all write our own parts. Will come up with a lyric, or Taylor will have a riff that he'll also show me, and then we'll just go on off of that. That's how one of these new songs came about. And then yeah, it's nice to really be open and honest in a creative setting with people that I really trust musically and sonically with what they could have for an opinion.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It really is. Yeah, it really is.
Emma, you got that segment I ordered.
All right, Mommy had to find her notebook, but Mommy's ready to play the game now. So here we are. What this game we're going to play now, segment game, whatever you want to call it, is called Reacronym. What's going to happen is there's going to be a few different rounds. I'm going to give you guys an acronym, and you are going to have 1 minute to come up with at least 3 funny replacements for that acronym for what it stands for instead of what it actually stands for. And the only rule is that you can only use 1 word from the original acronym at a time. You can't use 2, and you obviously can't just write the acronym and what it stands for. So, for example, if I gave you USA, you could say like undersucking anus or like understates anus, but you couldn't say like United States of ass because that's United and States, if that makes sense. And since it's a game where you guys can compete for points, you will be. So I'm going to be counting points for which ones I think are funny. And that is how you will be scored, just which ones I think are funny.
I tell you, we did a lot of prep for this. I'm not even prepped for this. I thought we were going to be doing your other segment. You're just dropping a new one on us here.
I came up with a new game. I thought of this game last week, and I wrote it down. It was going to be for you, and then I remembered that Owen was coming on. So I was like, oh, this could be a competition. This is great.
Let's freaking go.
All right. Whoops, I opened my calculator and set up my timer. Hold up.
Ring, ding, 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 ding.
Stop like putting back in the brain rot that I lost. You're going to make me start saying that for like the next 2 months.
Like Skibidi Toilet Phantom Tax.
No.
So I'll give you the acronym. You'll have a minute to come up with 3 things it would stand for that's funnier than the original. You can only use 1 word from the original acronym at a time. I will tell you the acronym and then say 3, 2, 1, go, and then you will start going. You can come up with as many as you can. You will not be graded on how many you come up with. You will just be it's just
the 3.
It's just the 3, and you're just getting points based on if they're funny. or I respect that they're funny even if I don't laugh at them.
Yeah.
Really gonna put the pressure on here. Owen was just saying how quick it is to write all the songs, being so fast with it.
Well, Mia, you're so funny though.
Yeah, I can give you replacements. I can't guarantee they're gonna be funny.
Well, we're gonna fuck around and find out. And to call back to that phrase, your first acronym is CIA. 3, 2, 1, go. And I guess we can also just try to talk. We have to spend like a minute of our show while you guys just writing. So yeah, I came up with this game last week. I just like the thought, and then I wrote it down on my phone, and I was like, oh, that's actually a fun idea. And my other game idea I will bring back, which is the underlying question, but I haven't had time to write more questions for that because that's a little harder to write than this is. Like, I already came up with the game and the rules for this. I just have to find acronyms for it to work with this game. That's the only thing that's going on with this. 20 seconds left.
Fuck.
Ooh, the pressure's on, folks. They've only got 15 seconds left.
These are hard letters.
Beep, beep, beep. That's not even a timer. That's like a truck backing up. 3, 2, 1, time.
I got 2, and one of them's terrible.
Okay.
I have 3, and I think they're all pretty good, honestly.
Okay, well let's go with Mia first. Then we'll go with Mia first.
All right. The only one of the 2 that's actually decent is Cereal Intensity Agency.
Cereal intensity.
They measure the intensity of your cereal.
That's pretty good.
Solid.
And the second one is just cock inside anus.
Fuck. Jackbox answer.
Cock inside anus is not bad. Not bad.
It is very Jackbox.
That is very Jackbox. I also forgot to say this part, but I will not be announcing any points until the game's over.
Sounds good.
But Owen, let me go ahead and hear your responses.
And I didn't have to use the original words, right?
No.
You can only use one of them at a time.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, cool. I have cookies in abundance, and then I have
That's so cute.
and then I have catnip in action,
Let's go.
and then I have can't imagine anything.
Wow.
Can't imagine anything. Pretty good.
And you say that and you imagined a whole other answer more than me.
Exactly, right?
You write so well. Let's hear more about that. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so how does it feel winning this game?
It's like an Oscar acceptance speech.
Yeah.
All right. I'll move on pretty quickly because I have 5 of these.
Oh my god.
I don't want to waste too much time. Your second acronym also starts with a C. Your second acronym is CNN. 3, 2, 1, go. They've got 1 minute, folks. I wonder on God what they're going to do with 2 N's. But we'll see at the end of this minute. Besides that, yeah, I don't know. If you guys want to, you guys can click the link in the description that's labeled with the the playlist we're listening to today. It's the cozy coffee shop jazz in the background playlist on Spotify, made by a cozy coffee shop. So if you guys want to listen along with us, you can go find that there. And I believe also while I'm thinking about it, we'll put a Bandcamp link in the description for Catnip as well, because they have a shirt on sale right now you can go buy.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
And it's a dope shirt. I want to buy one. You guys have 9 seconds. Sorry.
I got my 3 this time. I'm warmed up.
All right. And time.
Okay.
Wait. Time. I missed it by 3 milliseconds. Okay.
Fuck.
All right. This time, Owen, you're going to go first. Let me hear that.
Okay. I have Crazy Noodle Network.
That's good.
I have Catnip, Noop Noop, and then I
What
have Carp Night. No.
What? What the fuck?
Carp Night. No.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
How many O's are in that?
There's just currently 1 O.
It's stage direction.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. It's an illusion for the audience to suspend disbelief. Mia, what were your responses for CNN?
I have the collective nutty nuisances.
Nice.
I like that one.
Collateral noise network.
I like
Competent, non-distinct naysayers.
Damn.
Competent. What was the second word?
Non-distinct.
Non-distinct.
We could. There's a little dash in there.
Not bad. I like that. That is pretty good.
That's clever, I must say.
All right, next round we're gonna turn it up. We're gonna turn up the heat a little bit. This is not your average acronym. Your third and final 3-letter acronym is WAP. WAP.
Oh my
3,
God.
2, 1, go. Damn, I'm out of water. That jutes. I don't know what jutes means. I just made that up.
It's like a plant.
Man, that fucking jutes. Fuck that. I hope that's not like a slur in like a foreign language. That would suck. This jazz is so relaxing. I just want to listen to it while we're doing this timer, but I also don't want to not talk because it's an audio show. I will say I'm in the very much beginning but middle of a Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. I never got very far in that game, but I'm playing it right now. So I'll see how that playthrough goes. If I play it more and I care enough to talk about it, I'll let you guys know what's going on in the following weeks. But
I'm doing another cat one.
Nice. In this last 10 seconds, I will also let you guys know I'm officially 1 week on HRT, which is very cool.
Yeah, baby.
Time.
All right.
Yes, that is very cool. Thank you. Anyway, Mia, your turn to go first. What did you come up with for WAP?
I have Where Are Pterosaurs?
That's clever. Here you
Welcome all parents.
go.
And who announces pizza?
I have a pizza
What
here.
was your second one?
Welcome all parents.
Oh, I see.
I like that
Nice.
one.
I like that. All right, cool. That was good. Owen?
I have whimsical animal parade,
Nice.
wild and purring, and wet art projects.
Wet art project. I love that. I don't want to be a spoiler, but wet art project earned a point.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
I think we've been tricked into making punk band names.
It's true.
Yeah, literally.
Wet art projects is kind of a band name.
Wild Animal Parade.
That's such like a foreign EDM core band.
It's so true.
All right, next round is your first and only 4-letter acronym. You've got YMCA. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh no.
YMCA. I honestly don't even know what YMCA stands for anyway. So it stands for the Yearning Men Can Assimilate, I think. Something like that. I don't know. What do I look like, the YMCA professor? I honestly should be using my iPhone notes more for stuff. I got so into keeping physical notes, but it's getting harder. How much faster I'm moving. 15 seconds. How much faster my life is moving to keep up with having a notebook anywhere, anytime. 5 seconds.
Oh my god. Fuck it, we ball.
3, 2, 1, time. I think Owen's supposed to go first this time.
Believe so.
I think you'd be right.
All right.
Okie doke, here we go. I got You Must Clean Again.
Parents be like. Anyway,
Young monkeys can't act.
they gotta grow up. They gotta learn.
They gotta grow up like that one monkey in the Adam Sandler movie. I feel like there are a lot of monkeys in Adam Sandler movies. Am I wrong in thinking that?
Well, clearly because they're funny.
Exactly, because they're memorable. And then I also have Yelling Makes Cats Annoyed.
It does.
That's good. That's real.
It's true. It's a true fact.
That is true. Then Mia, what'd you come up with?
I have You Might Come, Adam.
Speaking of Adam,
Where's the spunk, Adam?
Yell, my chickens, aloud. And Yesterday's Moisture Comes Along.
That's beautiful. I like the last one.
Life lessons.
It's true.
Pretty good, pretty good. All right, last round. 5-letter acronym.
Oh my goodness.
Last round. Here we go. Your acronym is FAFSA. FAFSA. 3, 2, 1, go.
FAFSA?
FAFSA, yes.
Oh, I got a fire one for this. I already fucking know. I'm about to get woke.
It's a document you have to fill out every year to like go to college. I could look up exactly what it is, but I don't remember.
Oh, I got a fire ass one. Oh my goodness. Oh my good golly.
Oh my who's. They also, okay, actually cool iOS 18 thing though. They set a way for you to get people on your Wi-Fi using a QR code, which is actually so smart. I just like never thought of it because Apple's usually so dumb. All right, time.
Uh.
All right.
Fucking Christ. I have 2.
If you like got like halfway through one when the timer was up, you can finish it.
Yeah, that's what I did. One of your
Look, we're a chill household. We're not very big on the rules.
Yeah, this is that chill podcast. That's shit you listen to before you go to bed. Anyway, final round, I believe Mia goes first.
Yes.
I
have Friday at Freddy's sucks also.
All right.
Fridays at Freddy's.
Feed apples for soulless appliances.
Nice. Oh, that's it.
That's it. I only got the 2. This is a fucking 5-letter acronym. You put that together, that's more letters than all the previous rounds.
Hey, me too. I only have 2 as well. I only have 2.
Okay. All right. Owen, what'd you come up with?
Alrighty. I have financially awkward paperwork. Seriously annoying.
You thought this was FAPSA.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, you did indeed do it wrong on that one. That's okay though. I forgive you.
Fapping for my student loans.
Fapping for my student loans. Financially awkward fapping, seriously annoying. There, that's the one I'm choosing.
Okay.
And then I have finding anxious funds students again.
You really went for the student
thing. Dude, yeah, I had to get woke. Had to get woke.
That is funny. All right. Now to announce the winner, because you guys haven't had any track of points this whole time, which I think is hilarious.
Fully blind. So you've done both of these games. You don't get to know anything till the very end of them.
So on the final tally count, we actually have someone winning by 1 point.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Owen, you came out at the end with 7 points, and Mia, you came out on top this game with 8 points.
Oh my god.
Just 1 point.
God, let me kiss my muscles.
All right. Thank you guys for playing. If you guys want to see more of this segment on the show, let us know in the comments. I had a lot of fun making it. I had a lot of fun hosting it just now. And now back to the game.
And by the game, the actual show.
Yeah, not
done with the games.
actual the not game. Back to the grind. I love how I said back to the grind and then made a slurping noise. My water is empty.
Well, thanks to your very generous information you gave us towards the start of this episode, I only now have a couple of actual questions remaining for you that I had planned. I suppose I will ask you those now.
Go for it.
You've shared a lot of snippets of songs that you've played live on Instagram, just little bits, little tastes that have not been published online. Are these songs that we've seen in these little snippets that you've played live, are those going to appear on the EP?
Yeah, so a bunch of those are. We've got about half new songs, half old ones, and those old ones are all recorded. Everybody Knows You're High is one of the first songs we played together. That song went through a lot of iterations when it was first played live. I think there's a recording somewhere of our first show, and we played it, and it sounds completely different, and it's terrible. And I'm really glad I worked on that song a lot. Got to sound the way it is now. But
Sometimes our children just need a little more love.
It's true. They're little babies, and we kiss them and we hold them, and give them love and
little
warmth.
Babies.
The little guys. But yeah, so we have plans to release those 6 songs, including Everybody Knows You're High, on an EP on Psyched Records over in hopefully October. We're aiming for October right now.
Very cool. That's about a month away.
Yeah, but a month away now.
Nice.
Really exciting.
Side question, because I just remembered, because we do hang out in a friend capacity sometimes. Didn't you just adopt a cat recently?
I did. Her name is Dolly. She's named after Dolly Parton. I really love her. She's currently living on my bed right now. She's being
Very
such a
cute.
cutie. She gets eye boogers and she gets nose boogers, and I have to clean them for her. She's about 8 months old. She's a Flame Point Siamese. I love her with all my might. Oh, look at you. Hi. And yeah, she's the best. She's so adorable. I'll send a picture.
That's awesome.
While I'm
Everyone
thinking about
listening,
it.
just imagine.
Imagine a white cat with orange ears and like an orange little face and an orange tail.
Slow garfification.
Dude, yeah, slow garfication. The garf consumes.
Yeah, I adopted 2 cats like a little over a month ago. Marcy, who is one of them, is on my bed also. Not loafing, but just sleeping.
Here she is. I just sent it in the group
Very
chat.
cute.
Look at that
Yeah.
little baby.
She's just a little baby. She's a little baby guy. She likes to cause a ruckus and have so much fun.
That's such a clean orange on the head.
Right? Yeah, she's getting more orange, I feel.
It's almost like a tea, like a Tesla tea or something. It's awesome.
The Tesla tea, bro. I got the Tesla cat. Tesla model cat.
Oh, hi, Marcy. Apparently, Marcy woke up, I'm assuming, because I was talking about other cats.
My cat will sleep from the time of 3:30 to 6:30 every day, like clockwork. It's hilarious.
AM or PM?
PM.
Gotcha.
Those are prime Eepin hours.
Yeah, my cats are fucking, well, Marcy is a fucking crackhead, and that's just whenever she feels like it. Hello. And Bonnie is the more quiet one. She gets violently snuggly when no one's looking, but oh, hello, Marceline. She's on my desk now. Hello, I love you. I do love having cats though. It's a lot more fun than dogs. Boo, was I sick of having a dog?
It really is.
I'm kidding, I still have a dog.
I have a dog. Anyway, I hate to distract from the conversation of cats, but you did mention Psych Records briefly there. I wanted to ask, you being this garage band, how did you get in contact with Psych Records? How did that happen, that relationship start? And how has that sort of changed things for the band?
So that actually happened at the second show we played. We played with a couple hardcore bands in a venue called Thrill House Records out on Mission District in San Francisco. My buddy Corey got us that show once again, mentioning Corey. And
Shout out Corey.
It turns out that shout out Corey. And it turns out that Psyched Radio, the actual station, is actually, I believe it's run from the top of it. Like the signal's run from the top of it.
Oh, wow.
And it's pretty cool. So one of the guys running it, or the guy running it, came down to see the show in the basement.
Nice.
And he saw us playing there, and he reached out after that to play the Psyched Tenderloin Festival, which is a little thing that the Tenderloin puts on in May, and we played that, and it was awesome. And then after that, we just got in touch, and it's kind of transpired after that into what it is now.
That is cool.
It's awesome. That is cool, isn't it?
Awesome.
I've gone to a bunch of Psyched festivals and whatnot in the past, and a bunch of shows they put on at a bunch of really great not genres. Well, yes, genres. They got a bunch of different genres, doing a whole bunch of different things over at Psyched Records and Psyched Radio. But I meant to say the venues we played at have been really awesome, and it's all thanks to them. It's pretty great.
If you're ever performing around this area, I'd love to come.
Right? Yeah, I really want to do a tour of some capacity, just around this country. I think that'd be awesome.
I think that'd be awesome too.
I also think that would be awesome.
Ow! Fuck you! Get off me!
One time, my friend told me that I should do a world tour in Ohio,
World tour in Ohio.
and they just wanted me to play different places in Ohio, and I thought that'd be really funny.
And why wouldn't you?
Oh, I would love to. I'd love to. They said that if they won the lottery, they'd pay for it.
If they won the lottery. You know, son, if I win the lottery, I'll take you to Disneyland.
Exactly. I'll take you to Six Flags.
Six Flags. Not my favorite in the theme park game, I'll be honest.
Me neither, I will say.
Disneyland, if it was a dirty fast food restaurant.
Yeah, it is kind of like the fast food restaurant.
My strongest association I have with Six Flags is that my family went to one of them there, whichever one I guess is closest to Indiana. Wait, no, maybe it might have been in St. Louis because we might have been in a thing. I don't know. But we went to a Six Flags and we had these like special commemorative cups that I guess we just had drinks from the park that became drinking cups at our house. And then one day somebody left some like vegetable juice or fruit juice or something in one of those cups, left it in the garage for like a month. And now when I think of Six Flags, I think of that nasty, rotten Six Flags cup in the garage. You could not imagine what that just was.
You're right. I can't imagine.
It's true.
So I have one more proper question. This is the last thing that I have written. For the past 20 years or so, rock hasn't really been much in the mainstream, a lot of music discussion. It's sort of been a bit outside. It moved underground for a while. And so when you ask people who are more up to date on the mainstream, a lot of people don't know that rock is even a thing that's happening right now with the big bands like what we've mentioned before, or even just some
big bands like Billie Eilish and Megan Thee Stallion.
But some of these more prominent figures in modern rock now, people don't really know, who they are or what's happening with it. So I have to ask, as a new band moving into that scene, what does rock look like right now from your perspective?
I feel like rock's in a really, really awesome time. There's so much great music, and there's going to continue to be so much great music. I feel like a lot of people are putting out a lot of really interesting things, a lot of different takes on rock. And I welcome all of them. I might not enjoy all of them, but I welcome them, and I love to see what people can do with all. We all have these same facilities, and we all have these same capacities to make these songs. It's just the fact that people can put all these combinations of tones and amplifiers and guitars and chords and notes and rhythms into their own song, and that's basically going to happen forever. And I think that's really, really cool to think about. Is that there's so many songs that haven't been written yet and that you'll love. And I find that so rewarding to think about, because I could write a song and somebody will love it. I think that's really, really beautiful.
People keep finding new ways to get weird with it.
Exactly.
I love when people get weird with music.
It's awesome. We did a fun little trick that I'm excited to show. There's one section of Everybody Knows You're High toward the end. It's like the final verse. There's like some crazy guitar noises that I was making because we were running a delay pedal into a different delay pedal. So the signal from the guitar just kept getting delayed and feedbacking into it. And it sounded really, really cool. And I was really happy with what we cooked up there.
Yeah, I will say not as a shill of our guest here. Just as that, I listened to that single, Everybody Knows You're High. And I did really like a lot of the sounds in that. I think my favorite parts of it, of course, being a lot of the riffs of the early part of it that like it tickled my brain in a very nice way.
Sure. I'm really glad to hear that you liked it. It's fun to discover so many different things and put them all together in a 4-person kind of brain sandwich.
Right. Even in that 2024 playlist I mentioned earlier, that's in there.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I love that. Thank you.
It's every song I didn't want to lose track from. Or lose track of this year that came out and stuff. And I've had, even since like the spring, so much new good music has come out.
Yeah, really.
Everybody Knows You're High being one of them.
Heck yeah.
It's been a good year for music. I've had a good year of music every like even number year in the 20s so far.
Yeah.
Not that 2021 and 2023 didn't have good music, but
2021 I feel like had a lot of great music.
I mean, I discovered a lot of great music last year. Like a ton of good music, especially during the fall time, like right around this time a year ago. But that was also when I was getting into like books, and I was still in my fall semester back then. But this year in particular, there's been so much like actually new music that's like newly released, and it's just so good. Yeah. I have no idea what my rap is going to look like. I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither, because I play a lot of music for work, so because we work fucking music on there for all I know.
Oh, yeah. So, you've run out of interview questions. Where to go now?
We're cooked.
I was going to ask one more thing. After you release your EP that's coming up, what's the plan looking like immediately after that? You're going to take a nice little vacation, little rest, or is it like right back to work once that comes out?
I feel like right now we're just waiting on it. So, I feel like we're just going to continue with what we're already doing, is playing a few shows a month, and there's more writing, I feel. We're cooking up some really great stuff, and I'm really happy that our creative juices are flowing in this way.
Yeah, I'm happy for you guys. That is very, very cool.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Congrats on all this success.
As we wrap up here, you got anything that you would like to say to the people at home? Anything you want to shout out or announce, or just some closing thoughts?
Go listen to more episodes of the podcast. Go support Big Wow Big. I think Mia and Emmy. I'm not even getting paid to say this either, surprisingly. I feel like Mia and Emmy put out some great stuff. And then and if you want to, you can also listen to my band Catnip. We have a single out on every single like possible streaming platform you could imagine. We have it on like Huawei TVs and shit. It's fucking crazy. Sick. Bandcamp. We got merch on Bandcamp. We ship it in like 2 days because we're musicians who work part-time jobs. We have like nothing to do. Mm-hmm. So we can ship that out hella fast for you. And they're awesome. They're soft. We print them locally by a company named Babylon Burning out in, I think, Berkeley or Oakland. They're freaking great little soft shirts. Buy. Use your parents' credit card. It doesn't fucking matter. It all goes back to me, so it's fine. I think that's really about it, though, in terms of shit that I got to plug. It's been a pleasure being on here. I really enjoyed talking to y'all.
Thanks. It was a blast having you.
Yeah, thank you for your time. This is wonderful.
Yippee. Yeah, heck yeah, of course. I'm happy to be here.
All right, Closing Shift listeners, that brings us to the end of the 34th episode. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope that you will join us again next Friday about this same time, where we will have not Owen here, and it'll just be us talking about whatever again. Bye-bye.
Don't let the bed bugs bite.